Hi, I'm Paula Flo, Executive Director of the Hitting Stops Here, a campaign for teaching kindness and respect in schools everywhere. Today I'm outside of the U.S. Supreme Court for having school corporal punishment banned. 19 U.S. states still allow teachers to take wooden boards and strike school children on their buttocks for gaining obedience. You can go to our website, thehittingstopshere.com. Right here you have the face of U.S. Education Chairman Kline. He leads the #1 academic state in America. That's Minnesota. I have with myself here a letter of intent to file a civil action lawsuit against him. This letter will be delivered today, November 19, 2012, in his Rayburn office. It says, Dear U.S. Education and Workforce Committee Chairman Kline, the Hitting Stops Here has contacted your Washington, D.C. and Burnsville, Minnesota offices for making an appointment to meet with you in person or by phone several times regarding Ending Corporal Punishment in Schools Act, H.R. 3027. Our efforts have been unsuccessful. I believe there are peaceful and positive ways to solve every conflict. Such training of American students is already in use, producing social and academic success in the top 100 performing USA schools. Later on in life, these skills support those trained by them in effectively pursuing life, liberty, and happiness. What type of school leader would refrain from taking action for having safe, nurturing schools? Which American school children deserve less? A civil action lawsuit is presently being prepared against yourself, Chairman Kline, member also of U.S. Armed Services, by the Hitting Stops Here, of which I am Executive Director. Complaint. Your willful refusal to take responsible action regarding Ending Corporal Punishment in Schools Act, H.R. 3027, introduced by New York Representative Carolyn McCarthy, September 22, 2011, resulting in daily harm being caused to American school children so profound as to be considered gross negligence and appearing to be criminal in nature. Our drafted documents contain material which could only produce repugnance on the face of one who would dare counter the claims therein. We believe that our argument will have you say, I've heard enough. What can be done to make amends? In your hands, sir, lies the power to restore America's greatness, beginning with school children by ending present slave conditions in USA school classrooms by the mere stroke of a pen. The charges that we, the Hitting Stops Here, bring against your leadership are in the form of negligence in a basic form of humanity. A form that speaks to a lack of trusting moral fiber from someone whose oath contains a commitment to the service and protection of U.S. citizens nationally. Your very silence results in the pain, suffering, and deaths that American school children face regularly in their classrooms. This dishonorable pattern of your leadership is compounded and hidden by a broader institutionalized and veiled code of silent approval among your peers. This bill, H.R. 3027, will end this. Clearly, this is a young lady. For all he knows, she could be having her cycle on this day, or pre or post. It is illegal for the teacher to say to a girl, are you on your cycle? Because that is considered an intrusive question. You can take this in our American schools and strike American school children on their buttocks, where we have fractured bones, where we're causing paralysis, and even sexual confusion comes from striking children in the erogenous zone of their buttocks. And it looks just like this. And USA school beatings, still legal in 19 U.S. states. Which child deserves to be beaten like a slave? There are peaceful ways of solving every conflict with children. And USA school beatings. still legal in 19 U.S. states. This is still legal in 19 U.S. states. Beating school children with wooden boards. This is still legal. Primary targets are children who are poor, disadvantaged, or have autism, non-verbal language. 19 U.S. states, there is a bill out for banning this. Why is this still legal in American schools? Which school children deserve to be beaten? I don't know any children that should be beaten. This is legal in 19 states, causing paralysis, ruptured spleen, sexual confusion, and USA school beatings. We have a U.S. federal bill that they will not put on CNN because it's American foreign and most disadvantaged school children. The average American ignores this issue and it goes on, and then we hear a big Sandusky case and we get excited. And USA school beatings. Primary targets are children who are poor, disadvantaged, and special needs. U.S. Education Committee Chairman Chairman Kline leads Minnesota, the #1 state where if a teacher uses a wooden board, they will go to prison. Why is he allowing it in America's poorest schools, where children are already having a failed education? Children are beaten every 20 seconds reportedly in American schools. Reporting is not mandatory. Every 20 seconds and every 4 minutes to the point of needing medical attention. Why don't we care about our school children? Why are we silent about them being beaten and abused in our schools? Which school children deserve to be beaten? Just the poor, the special ed, the autistic who have no voice? Why is it okay? Why are we silent? If one American is beaten legally, then it means all of us can be beaten. And USA school beatings. 19 U.S. states allow this. Chairman Kline will have you locked up if you do this in Minnesota. But you could do it in Texas. You could do it in Mississippi. You could do this in Alabama. You can beat school children in 19 U.S. states for chewing gum, for running instead of walking. Chairman Kline, U.S. Education Chairman, is being silent. CNN News won't report this. Which school children deserve to be beaten? The #1 targets are Black American males, followed by little girls, followed by Native Americans and Latinos and poor whites, and children having special needs, particularly autism. America, why are you being silent? Because it's not your child? No child deserves to be hit. No child deserves to be beaten. #1 targets, Black American males, followed by Black American girls. Chairman Kline will lock you up if you do it in his state. He is the U.S. Education Chairman. Why is this okay? CNN won't put this on the news because the #1 targets are Black and brown children and poor whites. Why can't American school children have justice? This is illegal in 31 U.S. states. Teachers in 19 states and throughout our U.S. territories are allowed to take wooden boards like this and strike the school children in their care for gaining their obedience. Where is justice? American school children deserve justice. They deserve to go to school without being hit. And USA school beatings. Mainstream media is keeping this off of the news so that they can continue to beat American school children. We want justice for all American school children.